Welcome back, students. We are going to discuss locomotion and movement topic and part 2 of this particular topic. And this topic, locomotion and movement, belong to Unit 6. Unit 6 means multicellularity, structure and function, animal life. Okay. So before I start the main content, I would like to inform that the images used in our slides are for education purpose only. We respect intellectual property right of the original creator and owner of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images in this PPT, have any concern, any issue, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. In today's video lecture, we are mainly focusing on these two topic, locomotion, mainly joints, and basic aspect of human skeleton. Okay, so human skeleton system. Our skeleton system is actually comprises a framework of bones, some cartilages, which actually play a very crucial role in body movement. Okay, bones actually provide us the basic structure and support of our body. It is very hard, right? Hard matrix is there. Why? Because of the presence of calcium ion, calcium salt. Okay. Cartilage is also present over here. These are slightly pliable due to chondroitin salt, and because of the cartilage there is some flexibility in our body. Okay, our human skeleton system is actually composed of total 206 bones and several cartilages. So total number of bone present in our body 206. Clear? So we can mainly divide this skeleton system into two different parts. First one is axial bone, in which total 80 bones are there, including skull, vertebral column and rib cage. Total it's 80 bones, including skull, vertebral column and rib cage. These are the three parts which comes under axial skeleton system. Second is appendicular skeleton system. First is axial, second is appendicular. This include the limb bones and the girdle bones. Limb bones and girdle bones. Clear? So axial bone, first part, skull. Our skull is made up of, or it is composed of 22 bones divided into cranial bones and facial bones. Cranial bones and the facial bones. Cranial bone, total 8 bones are there in our cranial cavity, this cranial bone, in which our brain is there. So it actually form a hard protective outer covering which is known as cranium, which provide protection to our body. So this contain 8 bones. Second part, facial bone. This facial bone composed of 14 bone. So 14 plus 8, total 22 bones. That's why this our skull is made up of, or is composed of 22 total bones. Okay, facial bone 14, cranial bones 8, which form different front part of our skin. This front part of our skin, 8 bones. So these are different bones which are present in our, this is the lateral view, this is the frontal view. Okay, parietal bone, sphenoid bone, frontal bone, ethmoid bone, nasal bone, zygomatic bone, maxilla, mandibular, occupational bone, temporal bone. There are so many bones, but there is no need to learn the name because this is not in your syllabus. Just know the number of bones. Okay. There are some additional structure which is also present in our skull. First is this hyoid bone, which is a single U-shaped bone which is present at the base of our buccal cavity. Okay, and ear ossicles. 3 bones are present in the middle ear. Okay, this middle ear contains AMIS, malleus, incus and staples. AMIS. three very, very tiny bones. So this also comes under this additional structure of this skull. So this skull articulate with the superior region of the vertebral column via two occipital condyle. This occipital condyle is known as dicondylic skull. That's why we can use the term dicondylic skull. Okay. So now after skull, what is the next part which comes under this category? Vertebral column. So this is our vertebral column. Okay. This total vertebral column. Total how many vertebrae are present in our body? 26. 26 vertebrae. These vertebrae are arranged serially and located dorsally in our body. Okay. These extend from the base of our skull, forming the main framework of the trunk. Okay. Each vertebra has a hollow portion from where neural canal pass from this hollow region. Neural canal of spinal cord pass from this hollow region. The first vertebra, what is the name of first vertebra? Atlas. This atlas articulate with the occipital condyle. Okay. So total, let's discuss the total number of vertebrae which are present in various region of vertebral column. We can divide the vertebral column into various parts. First one is cervical region, then thoracic, then lumbar, then sacral, and then coccygeal. Cervical region contains 7 vertebrae. This thoracic curve 12 vertebrae, lumbar 5 vertebrae, sacral 1, and this coccygeal 1 fused vertebrae. This. Okay, so the cervical vertebrae number 7 is almost all mammals, including human. What is the function? Just to protect a spinal cord, because a spinal cord center, all the nerves, veins pass from that particular region. So to protect the spinal cord, support our head, this is the function, and provide attachment for the rib and back muscles too. Okay, sternum is also present over here, which is a flat bone, and this sternum is located on the ventral side of the thorax. Okay, so 3 part, first skull, then vertebral column, and third rib. So the ribs, third part. Our rib cage contains 12 pair of rib. Each rib is a thin, flat bone which is dorsally connected with the vertebral column. Dorsally. This is the dorsal side, this is the ventral side. So dorsally connected with the vertebral column and ventrally with the sternum. Okay, our rib has 2 articulation surface on the dorsal end termed bicephalic. Okay, together this thoracic vertebrae, ribs and sternum. Thoracic vertebrae, ribs, these are the ribs, and this sternum, we can use the term rib cage collectively for whole system. So rib cage contains thoracic vertebrae, ribs and sternum. 3 parts. Clear? Now the first 7 pair are known as true ribs. First 7 pairs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this first 7, yani 14, or first 7 pair are known as true ribs, which attach to the thoracic vertebrae. Obviously, the vertebral column is present on the dorsal side, so dorsally, and to the sternum on ventral side but to the sternum via hyaline cartilage. Okay, the 8th, 9th and 10th. This 8th, 9th and 10th, these pairs are vertebra chondral, means false rib. These are connected to the 7th rib. You can say 1, 2, 3. This connected with the seventh rib by hyaline cartilage instead of directly to the sternum. You can see over here. Okay, seventh cartilage directly by the sternum. And the last two pair, 11th here, 11th and 12th. 8th, 9th and 10th. This is connected to this. And this is the 8th or 10th, 11th and 12th. These two are known as floating rib, which are not able to connect ventrally. Floating rib. Okay. Now, appendicular system. So this is all about the axial skeleton. Now appendicular skeleton. The appendicular skeleton consists of the bone which are present in the limbs and girdle region. Okay. Each limb comprises of 30 bones. Total 30 bones. Okay. Forelimb, this is the hand. So it contains humerus, radioulna, radius ulna, this is humerus. This is radioulna, radius, ulna. This is again carpals, then metacarpals, then phalanges. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, then carpals means wrist bone, bone present in the wrist region, 8. Metacarpals means palm, 5. Phalanges, digitals, 14. So total collectively, if you count all these, 30 number. Similarly, hind limb. Hind limb contains longest bone, femur. Okay, thigh bone, which is also known as thigh bone. Then tibia, fibula. This is tibia, bigger one, thin one, fibula. Then tarsals, which is present over here. Then metatarsals. Then phalanges. These are the bones present in the hind limb. Okay, tarsals means ankle bone. These are 7 in number. Metatarsals 5 in number. Phalanges again 14 in number. Patella, which is present on the kneecap. It actually covers the knee ventrally. Okay, so these are the bones present in the hind limb. Now pectoral girdle. Pectoral girdle contains, each half consists of 2 different parts. First is clavicle. This is the clavicle or collarbone, this one. And then scapula, or we can use the term shoulder bone. Okay, so clavicle and scapula, this triangle shape scapula. Okay, so scapula is a large, as you can see, this is a large and triangular flat bone. It is located in the dorsal thorax between 2nd and 7th rib. Between 2nd and 7th rib. Okay. Featured an elevated ridge called spine. So spine projects as the acromion. Below this acromion, there is a glenoid cavity. This is the glenoid cavity. This is the glenoid cavity. Okay. This is the acromion. Just below this acromion, there is a glenoid cavity in which head of this humerus bone actually fit to form a shoulder joint. Shoulder joint, which is a ball and socket joint, which create ball and socket joint. Clear? In this clavicle is a, as just now you have seen the picture, this is a long cylindrical bone with 2 curvatures, commonly known as collarbone. In this particular clavicle bone, it actually articulates with the acromion of the scapula. Now pelvic girdle. It consists of 2 coaxial bone. Each coaxial bone is made up of the, this is the coaxial bone, if I'll just cut it. So each coaxial bone is made up of the 3 bones which fuse together. Ilium, this pale yellow color, mitti yellow color, then ischium, purple color, and this pubis. So ilium, ischium, and pubis. These three bones are fused together and form coaxial bone. Okay, so two half of the pelvic girdle meet ventrally at this pubic symphysis region. So this is the region where these two half, this and this half, meet to each other at this particular location. This is known as pubic symphysis, which contain fibrous cartilage. Okay, now this pelvic girdle, after connection of fusing to each other, this ilium, ischium and pubic, this fusion create a cavity-like structure. This is the cavity-like structure. This is known as acetabulum. What is the term for the same? Acetabulum. This acetabulum articulate with the thigh bone. Okay, this again create ball and socket joint. Now joints which are essential for any kind of movement which involve the bony part of the body, including locomotion. Clear? So they are points of contact between bone or between bones and cartilage, and these joints acting as fulcrum for muscle generated force. So these joints act as a fulcrum for muscle generated force. So joints are the points of the contact between bones or between joint and cartilage. So let's discuss different type of joints. There are three type of joints. First one is cartilaginous joint, in which bone and cartilage both interact to each other. Second is fibrous joint, which is very much fixed one. Okay. Third is synovial joint, in which synovial fluid involved. Okay. So first one is fibrous joint, which is present. First one is fibrous joint, which is present on in our skull region. So there is no movement occur between the skull bone. Okay, so when there is no movement, this kind of joint, when there is a just line, suture line like structure, suture line, this is known as fibrous joint, and this joint is known as suture. Okay, so this fibrous joint allow no movement, and these are found in our skull bone. Fuse end to end with dense fibrous connective tissue. And what is the name of this connective tissue? Suture, to form cranium, brain box, cranium. Second is cartilaginous joint. This cartilaginous joint contain both bone and cartilage involvement. So this allow a limited movement. Okay, so this type of joint is present in our vertebral column. This joint is present in the between two vertebra. There is a cartilage. This is the cartilage. Okay, so this is intercartilaginous disc. So this joint present between adjacent vertebra present in our vertebral column. Third type of joint is known as synovial joint. This is characterized by a fluid which is filled in the synovial cavity between articulate body surface. These are the two bones in which there is a synovial fluid which is filled in between these two points. Okay, so where it is situated? This is situated in ball and socket joint, which is present in humerus and pectoral girdle. Hinge joint means knee joint, right? Pivot joint, which is present between atlas and axilla. Gliding joints, which is present in the carpals, right? Saddle joint, which is present in the carpals and metacarpals of the thumbs. So other than vertebral column, all kind of joints. Obviously skull joint, not it doesn't mean skull joint, that is again fixed joint, but most movable joint which are present in our body, like ball and socket joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, gliding joint, saddle joint, these all are having synovial fluid present in that particular cavity, which is required for the movement of the bone. Okay, now let's discuss the last part of this particular lecture, that is disorder of muscular and skeleton system. So there are some kind of disorders which are present in our in certain individuals. Some are also related with the age related, some are genetic one. First one is myasthenia gravis. It is a kind of autoimmune disorder which affect neuromuscular junction. Myasthenia gravis, neuromuscular junction. It cause fatigue, weakness, and paralysis of our skeleton muscles. Weakness and paralysis of skeleton muscle. Next type of disorder is known as muscular dystrophy. It is a type of disorder in which progressive degeneration of skeleton muscle occur. It is also genetic in nature. Okay. Third type of disorder is known as arthritis, means inflammation of joints. This is the normal joint. This is the inflamed one, osteoarthritis. So inflammation of joints occur in this type of disorder, arthritis. Next is tetany, in which rapid spasm, means wild contraction of muscles, occur in the muscles due to the low calcium level in the body fluid. If calcium get decreased significantly in one's body, then rapid spasm occur. Next type is osteoporosis. This one is age-related disorder, which is characterized by the decreased bone mass. And if bone mass decrease significantly, then it will increase chance for fracture in old age people. Okay, it often caused by decrease in estrogen level also. And the last one is gout. Gout again related to with this joint inflammation due to the, but this is different than arthritis. This inflammation occur because of the deposition of uric acid crystal on the joints. Okay, while in arthritis, that is not the main reason. Okay, so this is all about related to this movement and skeleton system topic. Now in part 1 and part 2, this part topic I have completed all that content, all the topics comes under this particular chapter. I hope most of the things has been cleared now. Still you have any query, any doubt related to today's video lecture, please let me know. We will discuss it later on. Till then, take care, bye bye, and keep learning. Namaskar.